Afternoon sun cast long, golden shadows across the floor of the community center. Hiroshi stood at the entrance of room 302, clutching a small, leather-bound notebook. Inside were fragments of a life lived, sketches of his father's old carpentry shop, and the scent of fresh cedar. He hesitated, wondering if his old stories still mattered in a world that moved so fast. Inside, the room was filled with the soft hum of screens and the smell of herbal tea. Sora, a young facilitator with a bright smile, gestured for him to join the circle. Beside him sat Amy, who was already meticulously arranging a set of old, faded photographs on her desk. The air felt thick with the weight of unspoken memories, waiting for a spark to ignite them. "Every memory is a seed," Sora explained, placing a sleek, glowing tablet in front of Hiroshi. "We will use the AI to help those seeds bloom into stories." Hiroshi looked at Emi, who smiled back. She began to speak of a hidden garden she once visited as a child, a place where the hydrangeas turned blue only after a summer rain. Sora leaned over to help Emi. As Emi whispered words like petals, mist, and grandmother's laughter, Sora typed them into the interface. On the screen, the AI began to weave her fragments into a rhythmic poem. Emi's eyes widened as she saw her fleeting childhood feeling take the form of elegant, literary prose. It was Hiroshi's turn. He spoke of the rhythmic thwack of his father's chisel and the way the wood shavings looked like curls of gold on the floor. He worried his words were too simple, but Sora encouraged him. "The AI listens to the heart behind the words, Hiroshi. It finds the rhythm you feel but cannot yet name." As Hiroshi watched the screen, a digital illustration began to form, mirroring the style of an old watercolor. It showed a workshop bathed in amber light, exactly as he remembered it. Underneath, the AI had generated a story about the silent lessons of the grain. For the first time in years, Hiroshi felt his chest swell with the pride of an author. Emi reached over and touched the screen where her poem was displayed. "I thought these moments were gone," she whispered. "But seeing them written like this, it's as if they've been given a second life." The AI had captured the exact shade of blue from her hydrangeas, turning her memory into a piece of timeless art. Sora gathered the group's digital files. "Now," Sora said, "we combine your voices, individual lives, but a collective history." The AI began to arrange their stories and poems into a single digital volume. Hiroshi watched as his workshop story was placed right after Emi's garden, creating a bridge between their different worlds. By the end of the workshop, the community center's printer hummed to life. Sora handed Hiroshi and Emi a physical, bound book, a collection of all their shared memories. Emi held the book to her heart, her self-esteem radiating in her bright eyes. They weren't just seniors passing the time. They were the authors of their own legacies. As Hiroshi walked home, the sunset painted the sky in the same amber hues as his father's shop. He felt lighter, his notebook no longer a heavy burden of the past, but a map for the future. He realized that with a little help, his stories would never truly fade. They were now etched in ink and light for everyone to see.